Guys, this is the 6th episode, not the 5th.
It's the fifth. It's the fifth, man. So, reintroductions again, and we'll make it fast this time. I'm Simko QTR,
And I'm Aziz the Hobbit.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
and we have Leland. Leland is one of the main hardcore geeks here in Qatar. He is a graphics designer in Virginia Commonwealth, and he's been on tons of geekdom interviews. You established a comic book lab.
We're working on having an entire comic section of our library.
It's hard to actually get comic books these days, honestly, and quite frankly, superheroes these days they just don't they don't chime in anymore. You know. And speaking of superheroes, oh no, we're talking about The Boys.
Yeah.
It's not a superhero series or comic. It's a total opposite of that. And I think it's the right time to be presenting The Boys because we've been flooded with superhero literature that, showing this in a different light, showing heroes in a different light is a refreshing thing.
To be honest, calling them heroes, it is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah,
think?
Well, I think the most interesting thing about this particular show is that it's not so much about superheroes themselves, more it's like a commentary on social media and, the United States and that sort of culture there and the need for likes and using superheroes to talk about that, to talk about the nature of what we deal with every day.
They say they're saving the world every day, and yet none of them have actually maybe left the United States.
If there was a situation, if there was multiple situations going on at the same time, it's like, okay, what's going to give us the most ratings, the biggest ratings?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Because the way I see it, these heroes, they're commercialized. They're all branded, monetized, and literally they have products coming out of everywhere. And not only that, they're also actors. And the corporation that sponsors them is VOT. They got streaming services, pharmaceutical companies.
But you remember what Stan Edgar said? They're actually a pharmaceutical company.
It's been mentioned.
Just to highlight the fact that they're an American product.
But aren't they called VOT International?
Yes, Ball International, but Ball American because they work internationally.
Honestly, I wouldn't trust my life with any of these heroes.
Well, it's almost like the way that you're introduced, or even Huey is introduced to them.
Mm-hmm.
They are so focused on their media attention that when A-Train kills Robin accidentally, doesn't even really stop to take in what he's done and just heads off again.
These heroes love more than anything else is their image. Their social media presence is so controlled that they have lawyers upon lawyers upon lawyers. They have damage control immediately. Once the guy puts the press conference there, it's immediately believed.
He never apologized. He sent a settlement agreement.
A-Train apologized in private after the settlement agreement.
I think they really fashioned the team off of DC's Justice League. I mean, there's obvious similarities between Homelander and Superman.
Oy.
Maeve,
Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Black Noir and Batman.
yeah.
We have to talk about Homelander.
He's the leader of the Seven.
He's the most baddest superhero ever.
I mean, he's got all of the quintessential aspects of Superman. I mean, they're fashioning him absolutely off of Justice League.
Yeah.
But I think they ditched the briefs though.
The briefs.
The briefs.
Oh.
Yeah. Superman had the briefs, man.
Yeah, it took him so many years to get
rid of that.
To get rid of his briefs. How long are we talking? Like 60 years,
60.
50 years, and then they give Supergirl pants.
But he loves Wonder Woman though, and that's the reason why Queen Maeve is patterned, or that's the inspiration
She
for
was
Queen
given
Maeve.
a much more positive role.
Yes.
Okay, actually,
Almost the conscious, I would say, to Homelander sometimes.
yeah.
Especially as they portrayed that in the airplane scene. She wanted to do what she could, but Homelander was like, "This is
Screw it."
real
Yeah.
mission."
He didn't even bother trying. One of Superman's greatest feats in comic book history was the fact that he was able to lift a plane while it was falling down. Homelander just immediately abandoned them.
That's when you really learn how Homelander is not the hero that you think.
Yeah.
Think he is.
Superman I think sometimes so desperately wants to be accepted and loved by the people of Earth, where
As-
Homelander
as
is like,
one of them.
you are beneath me. But Homelander, I don't know if I could ever see him even being slightly interested in a redemption.
No.
He thinks that he's better than everyone, and he doesn't care like what anyone else thinks of him.
Who else do we have?
Soldier Boy. So he took the looks and also the backstory. So if you remember,
And the shield. And even how he was introduced. It's like Frozen. Exact copy introduction of Captain
Old War
America.
hero.
so the first when he was V'd up, but the reason for that is World War II.
But the way I see it, they added an extra twist to him, to Soldier Boy. Nuclear power. Oh,
But I think that's where he then becomes on the same level as Homelander.
He doesn't age. He's like Stormfront.
And they age slowly.
Oh, so they do age, but slowly.
Yeah, slowly.
Oh.
yeah. Like, you seen Crimson Countess? See what she was back when she was with Soldier Boy and
Yeah.
how she looks now. And looking at Homelander, he does age rather slowly, I think.
I think it's the same as Stormfront. So Stormfront was there since 1918.
She's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's over 100 years old, but look at her face.
I think it's the first pure
Yes.
successful V product.
Correct.
Yeah, the others may have been diluted.
Black Noir.
Black Noir, I think he's got like a...
He's supposed to represent a Batman-like character. I especially remember he was on the roof of the house across from
Butcher.
Butcher's.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ant. His
Ant.
aunt. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the time that I saw that, and you first see him up there, you're like,
Something big is gonna happen.
yeah,
A mysterious aura.
yeah,
Yeah.
that if he gets called in, things are gonna go.
Yeah.
But
Things are gonna go bad.
Ryan Butcher,
The son of Homelander.
Homelander. Yeah.
Right.
well, he's still neutral. It's still undecided how Ryan's gonna be looking like, and I'd say by season 4 we'll know more about his character and how he will develop.
After he sees Homelander take somebody out,
Oh boy,
he gets a little smile there at the end.
that was sick.
You know,
that was sick.
And,
That was sick.
I think we're seeing part of his actual nature behind like how he's going to act. He's going to see Homelander as a father figure and will want to be like him.
The deep.
The deep. This
The
guy.
deep. Oh,
He's like-
Submariner, Aquaman.
Submariner,
That-
definitely. In the
that's-
comics, it's Submariner.
that's just the deep at this point is.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
Just
He's a
talk-
sideshow. He's a sideshow. He's a comic relief. That's what he is.
Remember what Starlight calls him? The fish guy. I don't think he'll ever use them.
Yeah.
And remember his depression phase?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't show his gills.
Gills,
Look at the
yeah.
gills.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and the gills are over here.
With all these court cases that are happening with actors and political figures, if they maybe use the deep, and
Like with Johnny Depp and Amber.
if they're going to try to do something interesting, I think would give actual character to the deep.
Mm.
It may be something like that.
Give him more social media presence in terms of turning him into like a Johnny and Amber like situation. Okay, so Starlight. Oh yeah.
And so I think that's innocence of Starlight, especially at the beginning, where she thought she was walking into something that was so pure.
Did you think he had naivete?
Oh, completely. I think in some ways, Starlight at least reminded me of Kitty Pryde in the X-Men when she first joined up with them.
What are the biggest highlights do you guys think of season 1 was?
The very first scene.
Yeah,
the very
impact
Robin's
of
death.
that.
Robin's death.
that was brutal.
I mean, I don't think we'd see that something that traumatic until the half of the episode for that to happen. Wait until the drama, comes in.
It certainly set the pace for the entire show.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's something that you imagine yourself, your loved one, just walking along casually. I mean, you don't think of this happening to you, and then Adrian just makes meat puree out of your fiance and girlfriend. I mean,
And the
that's
thing is, he didn't even actually regret it.
Absolute lack of care.
for human life.
Yeah, for those without powers. It's just like, I can't even be bothered to stop.
Remember there was this group that Butcher was going to show Huey that they actually don't care. One of them's back was broken because a hero was saving her.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And another one I will not mention for other reasons. It's the one with the Ice Princess.
Any of the mistakes, which they probably wouldn't consider mistakes,
Yeah.
but the collateral or casualties that happen when they are trying to, in their eyes, do what they need to do,
Mhm.
that's just, it's part of the job. It's what happens.
That plane crash, right?
Yeah.
That was Homelander was at fault on that. So he was stopping terrorists, but he was so careless. that he destroyed the mechanism of the plane. That was the whole
Exactly.
reason. A terrorist could have pilot, but then he could have saved them. The problem is the mechanism of the plane has been destroyed because he was using his
Laser.
laser eyes.
Yeah.
Just laser anybody. Is that literally the only?
That's the solution to
Well,
everything.
it certainly is for him. He's not even thinking about what was it, some 250
Yeah,
passengers.
Yeah. No, the thing is, and he even used it as leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
well,
called it a win afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah, he turned it into a win by saying that they shouldn't have died because they wanted to get some sort of approval from the government, so that the soups had to be used for military
Military
purposes.
So I think,
Commercialism came in.
yeah,
Yeah, and they started caring more about the money than was about saving the people. Right. So when Starlight joined the Seven, that was a big thing. The problem is she couldn't even help a person without worrying about collateral damage, legal issues, or things like that.
maybe her group was nice. So there are some groups which are nice. I think they were nice people. So she has this idealism in her mind that being a hero is about saving people.
She was deceived by the image of the hero.
Yes,
and
true.
what a hero really means. These guys, they were just portraying heroes. They weren't heroes. And let's not forget, she was also afraid of Homelander.
Everyone in season 1 were afraid of Homelander,
Yeah.
except Madeline. I feel like she was the one person that wasn't terrified of him.
Madeline Stillwell. She was a VP of Bot, and she holds Homelander's account. So she's in charge of his day-to-day. He saw her as a mother figure.
Because he was going in a lab.
Yeah.
And Madeline Stillwell was the one taking care of him. Now, if that is your only source of affection, he never let go of that, his addiction to
Madeline?
suckling.
Oh, yeah.
That Oedipus complex was still there. And she keeps on feeding that because that's how they are able to control Homelander.
Her response when she died, because she's afraid of him. He apparently possibly had some amount of humanity left in him, but the moment that he
Killed her. Yeah.
he lost it, like affection for people. The only person he had affection for was
Madeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but he still killed her. Laser
When
everything.
he did it slowly and through the eyes.
Yeah.
Problem is, they blamed Butcher for it.
I mean, how could they blame Butcher if they knew that he didn't have powers?
How can you not blame Butcher? The guy's pretty much a sociopath. And the fact that he was the only person there, and also because of the fact that his wife was kidnapped,
Yeah.
and he blamed Vought publicly.
But he did kidnap Madeline Stillwell. That
Yeah.
was the whole point. He kidnapped Madeline Stillwell, put some bomb in her.
Yeah.
Around
her, yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole purpose. To use as leverage.
What do you guys think about the what effect it had on a number of the heroes when they found out about Compound V?
Oh yeah,
That they weren't born, they
Yeah.
were made, the whole corporate enterprise sort of thing.
yeah.
That's where they really stuck that idea of behind all social media, there are the corporations behind it.
How do you control the narrative? They control the narrative. It starts, by building the great heroes of America.
Yeah.
Started out with Soldier Boy, then with Payback,
Yeah.
then continue on to the Seven with Homelander. All right. Now, true that there were mistakes along the way, and they were hoping to fix that mistakes with Ryan and in the future. Prepared
The natural way.
the natural way. At first, we thought the Compound V was like a steroid thing. When you already have it,
Yes, but you already have it and you take it.
yeah, and you take it, and it gives you like more
That
power.
high.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives you more strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It boosts what's already there.
Yeah, but it also causes major psychological issues.
It's actually good they've put scenes,
Yeah.
storylines for these heroes. If you look at the comics, they don't do anything like the Deep, A-Train.
Yeah,
They're just side heroes.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
They're just there.
Special. They're just there. But here, they've actually given backstories
Yeah.
to the heroes.
at least with A-Train, there was a point. He grew up from a typical poor family, so he needed the money. You see some side to it because the person who was coaching him was his brother. He does care about the money, but at the same time, I think it's more like because he didn't grow without the money, so the money was important to him. He said one time, "You don't screw with the money."
He's concerned with the endorsements, guys. That's what he was worried
So
about.
because he didn't want them to replace him,
Yes. Yes.
and they almost did.
Yeah.
That's why he was hopped up on the V. You see, this is how much they cared about their reputation and their image, that they had to shoot up on V so that he can keep an edge. But look what it did to him. He can't run anymore.
Yeah.
This was an amazing episode. Leland, thank you so much. You
Hey,
made
thanks for having me.
you made this podcast amazing. Really, I mean, your opinions, your knowledge of the comic book itself, and knowledge of the show itself, and general cultural opinions really brought a new taste to this podcast.
Thanks.